Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Was good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and this subscriber sent a donation, so thanks for your donation. And remember, guys, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. So this one says, can you do a video on what it takes to be a player or a ladies' man? I want to be able to get women on a high level. When I say high, I mean I want to be able to have 4 to 5 women that I am seeing and keep them in rotation. And as one leaves, continue adding more to the pipeline. In addition to all this, I want to be having sex with different women and really enjoy the player lifestyle. Right now, I'm not there. The struggle I am having is a mindset issue. Deep down, something is stopping me from making all of this a reality. I've gotten to the point where I might hook up with one girl who is okay, like a 7 maybe, and I will be with her and enjoy the time together, and deep inside of me, I start getting satisfied with those type of results. And I tell myself, hey, it's better than where I used to be, which is no girl. Now, it's better than 0 girls, but to be honest with you, I can do much better. I want next year in 2018 to be the year I break out and be the player and Mac I always wanted to be. I've started to approach women more and more and have minor successes, but again, it's always been like one girl here, one girl there. And they're sort of like 7s, and I've even dropped down to 5s and 6s. And I know I should not be lowering my standards like that because I feel I can do better. And in between those girls, I'm sometimes alone for a while as those girls end up moving on to other dudes. So I am seeing improvements because there was a time when the only girls I would touch would be girls at the strip club. And this went on for years. So my game has gotten better, and it's due to your videos and advice. But I'm still disappointed. I want to take it up another notch. Please help me out with this. Taking this up another notch with more of this higher quality and really more enjoyment in this lifestyle. I seem to be nervous when I get one girl and I'm not relaxed, and the women can see that in me. And I'm still not approaching hotter chicks. Why? What can I do to improve and be a player in 2018? All right, man. Well, look, this is what you got to understand, guys. Any of you guys who actually want to have a lot of girls, want to be doing that player stuff, right? Let me say this first of all. A lot of guys are not cut out to be players. Okay, let's just get that out the way. A lot of guys are not cut out to be players, and I'm going to tell you why. And with telling you what you actually need to do, you understand, to be a player, right? See, one of the things that you really got to do is you got to put in a massive amount of work. Okay, you have to put in a lot of fucking work. So, if you want, because you're saying you want like 4 or 5 girls in rotation, and you want to be able to, switch a chick out just in case she falls off, you got to charge her, whatever, you want to get another girl. So what it is that you're going to be constantly talking to different girls. You're going to be constantly hitting up chicks, hollering at girls, going out, spending time with them and all this other stuff. What you have to understand is that it takes a massive amount of work. And it takes a lot of work for you to be able to develop the skill to be able to continuously do this effectively. You understand? Now, the better your skill level, right? The better your results are going to be. But either way, you still have to put in work. Now, the better your skill level, right? The more, success you're going to have as far as what you're doing, right? But the thing is if your skill level is not really up to par, that's going to be even more work you got to put in. Because the thing is, if you are trying to get a lot of girls, but you don't really, your game is kind of weak, you're going to have to put in so much extra work, you understand? And you're going to be getting like average results. You're going to get decent to average, average to decent results or whatever. You understand? Or decent to average results, right? And but the thing is, if you have skills, if your game is on point, right, you're going to have really great results, but you still have to put in a lot of work. So basically what I'm saying is that work has to be put in, period. Right? And this is why I'm saying that a lot of dudes are not cut out to be players, because the amount of work a player has to put in, most guys are not willing to do that. Right? And, it's not saying that, all of you guys out there should be players, but, this guy, you in the email, you want to be a player. So I'm just letting you know that it's a lot of work that you have to put into basically work on your game. And it's going to be a lot of work, just being able to interact with these girls and dealing with all of that female energy. You understand? Because guys think like, oh, I'm just going to be out here pumping and dumping. But when you deal with a woman, you're dealing with the woman. You're dealing with her as a whole. You understand? Not just her as a whole. You get it? So you're dealing with her as a whole person. You're not just dealing with her whole. You understand? You're not just fucking her. You still have to deal with her, even if you're fucking her. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, that's the part guys don't understand. They think, oh, I'm just going to go up to this chick and say, hey, can I borrow your pussy for a second? And then fuck the shit out the pussy and then be like, okay, here, thanks. And then, throw it back to her. And that's what's going to happen. No. So the thing is, when you're dealing with these girls, you're going to have to deal with them and their energy, their personality, all that other shit. So again, this is why I'm saying a lot of dudes are not cut out for it, because, you have to have a lot of patience. You have to be able to be like, you can't be super emotional when it comes to this. You can't be the type of guy who is lazy. Like, there's so much shit that you got to understand that goes along with this stuff if you're really trying to be a player. You understand? Because it sounds cool. All right, yeah, I'm a player, I'm a Mac, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That sounds cool. But if you're not ready for the work that comes along with doing all of that, you are going to be in for a rude awakening. All right. Another thing that you have to understand too is that you have to be able to be emotionally like unattached to a certain extent, because you're saying that, you would be with these chicks, you would get with this one girl and then you're kind of there, and then, like, you saying it's better than just having no girl and then you got this one girl. But then the thing is that you said there were times where you would sort of just be by yourself, and you got to understand that those times are going to come if you don't actually continuously be out there putting in work. So for example, if you're just talking to that one girl and you're like, okay, I got this one girl, right? You're going to have to talk to another girl, another girl, another girl, and another girl to up your numbers. So if you're taking a lot of time just dealing with that one girl and then you're giving her all your attention and your energy, you're not really in that player mode, because you're just dealing with that one chick and giving all that attention. And then, if she goes away, you have no chicks now. So you're back to that no girl type of shit. Now, if you are, if you are like emotionally attached to her, that's going to be hard for you, in the long run to make things happen, because now what's happening is that you're not sort of like conditioning yourself to be able to handle dealing with other women just in general, because part of you doing this player thing is that chicks are going to constantly fall off. You're going to have to constantly replace this girl with that girl. So if you get super emotionally attached to this girl or that girl or whatever, it's going to be hard for you to move and do what you got to do. You understand? So you have to have the mentality of, yeah, I'm enjoying her company. I'm enjoying the time I'm having with her. Everything's cool. We fucking around. We doing what we doing. But at any time, she could bounce or I could charge her. You understand? So you have to, see that aspect of the game and understand that, that's part of it. If you're trying to be on that player shit, you can't be, super cupcaking. You understand? You can't be you can't be getting like tight when the girl that you fucking with or the girls you're fucking with is fucking with other dudes. Because part of you being that player, if you're doing it correctly, is that you are interacting with them in such a way where they don't really, they know that you're not just really with them. You understand? That's if you're doing it correctly. Because you could lie to a chick and all that and do all that other shit. I don't consider you a player if you're lying, but you could lie to her and pretend that it's just you and her and all that other goofy shit, right? But the thing is that if you're actually out here making shit pop, your actions are going to dictate differently. You understand? So if you're really out here doing some player shit, you're talking to 4 or 5 girls, there's no way that one of them or any one of them thinks they're the only one if you're actually doing it correctly. Because you out here spreading your time around. So you ain't got time to be just seeing this girl every day. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got 4 other girls you're supposed to be seeing, right? But the thing is that since you are putting that energy out there of the guy who she just sort of hooks up and sees once in a while or whatever, she doesn't take you as a guy that she's seriously trying to be with. Therefore, she's constantly looking for other guys if that's what she wants. If she's trying to, get in a relationship, or she finds a guy that she can see as relationship material, she's going to gravitate to him and might end up not seeing you anymore, and you got to replace her. But see, you got to make sure that you're not on that emotional shit, because you're not going to be able to deal with that, because it's something that's going to be constantly happening. You understand? To the point where it could be like an everyday, every week occurrence where, one of the chicks you fucking with that you're feeling, she's going to bounce. She's going to stop calling you. She's going to get with some other dude. It is what it is. It's part of the game. You understand? You can't expect that you're going to be out here, just seeing some chick once a week, and then she's just going to be chilling with you. It ain't going down like that. You understand what I'm saying? She's just going to be loyal to you. You seeing her once a week for a few hours to smash. That's not going to happen. All right. You got to understand that, right? Now, another thing I wanted to talk about that you talked about in your email was you were saying that you wanted hotter girls, because you were saying you were approaching chicks or dealing with girls, but they would just be like 7s, and you started to lower your standards to like 5s and 6s and all this other stuff, right? And the thing is, what you really need to do is you need to sort of get yourself in a habit of really approaching, more chicks who are hot. You understand? Like almost to the point where, at a certain point you want to only be approaching hotter girls if you want hot chicks. You understand? If you want a consistent flow of hot women. You understand? If you want a consistent flow of hot chicks, most of the chicks you deal with, 95% of the girls you're talking to or trying to holler at should be those hot girls. You understand? Now, see, the hard part about this is this. And we gotta, be extremely realistic about this right now. Let's say you're saying you want hot girls as far as dimes. You want like the baddest chicks and yada, 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 right? Now, depending on your idea of the hot girl, because what you gotta understand is, again, a lot of this shit is subjective. So depending on what the bad chick is to you, right? You're going to run across a small amount of those girls, depending on like, like how you judge these chicks. So what I mean is this: if your idea of the dime or the hottest chicks is very narrow, then it's going to be hard for you to find a lot of hot chicks. If you have a more open or wide variety of what you consider dimes, then yeah, you could have 4 or 5 chicks in rotation and, switch chicks up and get new chicks here and there, and they could all be dimes. So for example, what I'm saying, if you have a small little narrow view of what a dime is or a hot chick is for you, let's say, for example, you say, I only like black women, right? So if you only like black women and you consider black chicks are the only chicks you think are dimes, right? Then that eliminates white, Asian, Hispanic, whoever else out of the category. So now you're going to have to get 4 or 5 girls who are all black chicks And then when one of them falls off or another falls off, you have to replace them with other black girls. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's go even further. Let's say you like, okay, I want black chicks who got fat asses, though, and who are fit, right? So now how it's going to be harder for you to have 4 or 5 girls who fit that description and then be able to keep replacing those, that chick with another chick who's that exact description. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, what's more realistic is that, let's say if you're talking to 5 girls, you might have 2 chicks who are like 10s and then maybe like 3 girls who are like 8s and 9s. You understand? But see, if your criteria for a hot girl is wider, so let's say you think chicks from every race, black, white, whatever, and Asian, whatever it is, can be considered dimes, then you have more of a wider range. You understand? So if he's like, any chick from any race with a pretty face, that's, your criteria for dimes, then you'll most likely be able to actually have more hotter chicks in your arsenal when you're going out here making shit happen with these girls and having them on your team. You see what I'm saying? But that goes for you, to you really sort of understanding that concept and sort of understanding that aspect, because the thing is, a lot of guys, when they talk about getting chicks that are dimes, getting really hot girls, sometimes are extremely unrealistic with what they're trying to do and sort of like the volume of the type of women that they want to acquire. It's just like, dude, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I want every chick that I talk to be a dime. And I'm like, well, that's great, but where are they? You understand? Because even myself, let me see the chicks that I consider dimes, right? Like I probably see in an average week, and I live in New York City, and what I consider a chick who's a dime to me, nigga, I probably see maybe like 4, maybe 5 dimes within a week, tops. You understand what I'm saying? So, and then you got some chicks who are cute that I would consider 8s and 9s and 7s, but a dime, nigga, stop. But but I just wanted to just point that out a little bit too. But overall, right? If you're talking about trying to be a player, right? You got to remember, you got to put in massive amounts of work. You got to work on yourself. You got to work on that game. You have to work on being emotionally unattached, right? You have to work on, not being super reactive to when shit doesn't go your way with some of these chicks, or when they fall off, or or they leave you, or whatever it is. You got to understand all those aspects in order to actually, make this happen for you. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Listen, if you guys have any questions, make sure you click the link below, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, make sure you click the link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Now, this is a private one-on-one coaching session between me and you where we chop up game for a half an hour. So make sure you click that link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 to 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.